Welcome to Animal Crochet Academy. This is Daria, and we'll be learning how to crochet this Valentine's Day cozy envelope for your special card. This video is designed especially for beginners with a bit of crochet experience. If you're interested in learning how to crochet simple amigurumi projects, consider subscribing. And all the links to the materials and tools will be in the description box below. If you like a written pattern for this project, check out our Instagram at Animal Crochet Store. Here you can see all the materials and tools that we'll need for today's tutorial. So first of all, we will need a yarn. Take 2 colors of yarn. You need a little bit more of the off-white yarn and few amount of the red, or you can take pink or whatever color you want for this heart and a little bit of stitching. So this yarn is 4 or medium yarn weight. Then you will need a 4mm crochet hook, tapestry needle and scissors. Alright, let's start crocheting. So the first thing that you need to do is a slip knot. Take the off-white yarn and put it over your right hand index finger like this. Then hold these 2 ends with your other hand, twirl your index once, insert your thumb into the loop, and then catch with these 2 fingers. You need to catch the working yarn like that. Then these 2 yarn ends you pull to the opposite direction. And this is how you make a slip knot. Insert your hook into the loop, adjust the size of the loop, take your yarn in a crocheting position, and we are ready to crochet. First, we need to make 31 chains. It's our foundational chain and it will consist of 31 stitches. Make a yarn over and pull through. This is our first chain. So make 31 chains like this. This is what you're supposed to have. Count your stitches, make sure that you have 31. And in the first row, we need to make 30 single crochet. Skip the last chain and insert your hook into the second stitch from the hook under the top loop only, like this. Then make yarn over, pull through the stitch, have 2 loops on the hook, adjust the size of these 2, yarn over and pull through 2. This is how you make a single crochet, and we need to make a single crochet in each chain to the end. This is what you're supposed to have after making first row. Please count your stitches, make sure that you have 30 single crochet. Second and all other rows, in total you're supposed to make 32 rows. You do exactly the same way all of them. So chain 1, and then you need to turn your work like you're turning a page in a book, like this. Then you skip this turning chain, look from the top, skip this turning chain, and insert your hook under 2 loops of the next stitch, like that. And then you just repeat single crochet the same way like we did before. Yarn over, pull through, have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. And you need to make single crochet on top of each single crochet from the previous row, and you always insert your hook under 2 loops. Please be careful, count your stitches after each row, and make sure that you always have correct amount of stitches. And work like this for 32 rows in total. Alright, I have 32 rows and there are 30 stitches in each row, so I was counting after each row. Let me show you how to count your rows. You can see this pattern, it creates ridges. Each of these ridges consists of 2 rows, so this is 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And if you count those ridges, then you will know the total number of rows you made. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So 16 times 2, that means I have 32 rows. Next, we need to work in round. So we will make 1 row of single crochet, but we will work all around like that, around all 4 sides. And the beginning is very easy. So you chain 1, you turn your work, you skip the turning chain, and you do 30 stitches like you did before. Here in the last stitch you need to make 3 single crochet, and all 3 of them will go into the same stitch. So this is my first single crochet, then another one I do into the same stitch, and the last one into the same stitch. Okay, so right now we should work along this edge. And the rule is like this, so you need to make 1 single crochet on top of each row. So remember I told you about ridges. Each ridge consists of 2 rows. So that means over here, along each ridge, you need to make 2 stitches. To be honest, you don't really need to count and be very precise. Just feel that you need to make a stitch there, make a stitch. Just don't insert your hook too low. It should be closer to the edge. And don't pick just 1 loop. It's better if you will have 2 loops. I know sometimes it's impossible, just make sure you don't pick 1 loop. And you need to work like this to the other corner. At the end, you need to make 3 single crochet into the last hole. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Now you will work along this side of the square, and this one is easier. You just go into each stitch. Remember when we did foundational chain, we used just top loop. So right now you have 2 remaining loops from that foundational chain. Just make 1 single crochet on top of each stitch from that foundational chain. Work like this to the end. And here at the end you also need to make 3 single crochet into the last stitch. And now we need to work along this side. This is the last side. Basically you repeat the same thing that we did on this side. So you need to make 2 stitches along each ridge. And at the end, as usual, we need to make 3 stitches into the last stitch, but it should be the same stitch where we did our very first single crochet. So, and we will be doing just 2 extra single crochet over there. And in total, that would be 3. So 1 and 2. And then make a slip stitch into that first stitch. Insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over, and pull through everything like that. Cut the yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing the piece later. And pull this yarn end through the loop and tighten that. This is what you're supposed to have so far. So now we need to create an envelope. Put your square like that. Join these 2 corners together like this. And first make a seam over here. So thread the yarn through the tapestry needle. Join 2 corners. So now we need to make a seam. You need to use a back loop over here and front loop on this side, like that. And you're going down with the needle. Next stitch is the opposite. Same loop on the other side, but next stitch, and you go up like a snake and tighten that. And you work like this to this corner. Okay, and now we need to come back to the beginning point. We'll be doing the same stitch, but this time we will start, you see my stitches going from that part, so that means right now I'll go bottom up. And basically I'm repeating the same stitches but on the other side. Okay, that's what you're supposed to have. Now take this corner and join it with the other two like that, and make the same, exactly same 2 seams going down and up just on this side. And continue to this corner and go back. At the end, you need to weave in these 2 ends. Let me show you how to do it. It's better to do it on the wrong side, so bring your yarn end to the wrong side. Find any loop that is close to your yarn end. Insert your needle under that loop, pull it through, but not to the end. Leave a bigger loop, and then insert your needle through that loop and tighten that. That was a security knot. And now we need to weave in this yarn end. So find any loop that is the closest to the yarn end, insert your needle under that loop and pull through. And then repeat it several more times. And as I said, it's better to do it from the wrong side. It's good if you can change direction. Just don't do big steps. So if your yarn going from here, don't insert your needle, let's say here. It should be the closest loop. Okay, and then you can cut the excess yarn. Do the same thing with this other end. Now let's make a heart. So take the red yarn, and the first thing that we need to do is a magic circle. So put your yarn to the left, like that. Create a loop with working yarn going over the short end, like this. And then you need to catch this intersection with thumb and middle finger of your left hand. Then drape the working yarn around the index finger and hold the yarn with these 2 fingers. This is what you're supposed to have at the beginning. Insert your hook into the circle and catch it from the top like that and bring it to the front. Hold these 2 sides of the circle together and make 1 chain. You can adjust the size of the circle by pulling this short end to make the circle smaller, or you can make it bigger by pulling the circle itself. I think this is the best size, like that. When you will work into the magic circle, make sure that these 2 yarn ends lay together, and you will treat them as one. Okay, then we need to make 2 chains. One double crochet into the circle. Make yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, yarn over, pull through, have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then 1 treble crochet. So you need to make 2 yarn overs, like this. Insert your hook into the circle, yarn over, pull through. You will have 4 loops on your hook. Then yarn over, pull through first 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. Then another double crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then 1 half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, yarn over, pull through, have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then we need to make a single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we do 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and basically we're repeating all of this on this side. So 1 single crochet, then 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, 1 double crochet, then you need to make 2 chains and a slip stitch into the circle. So you insert your hook, yarn over, and you pull through this loop like that. Then take this short end and start pulling to close this big hole. Cut the yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing the heart later, and fasten off. So pull this yarn end through the remaining loop. And tighten that. This is what you're supposed to have. And now we can attach it to the envelope. Use the longer yarn end from the heart and thread it through the tapestry needle. Place it over the tip like that. And we'll do couple stitches. So 1 stitch on the envelope, and then you need to fold this. Okay, on my way. You need to fold the heart like that and do 1 stitch on the heart like this. 1 stitch on the envelope and 1 stitch on the heart. Repeat it all to the beginning. Okay, and now you need to make a security knot. Do it on the heart. Find any loop that is close to the yarn end, insert your needle under that loop, pull through but not to the end, leave a bigger loop, and then you insert your needle into that loop and tighten that. Like this, and then you can insert your needle right in the middle like that and take it away on the other side and cut this excess yarn. Do the same thing with the other yarn end. First a security knot, and then hide the yarn end inside. Okay, that's what you're supposed to have. Now let's do some embroidery. Pre-cut the red yarn. The length of this piece should be about 6 times more than the width of the envelope, and thread it through the tapestry needle. And now we need to make our stitches. So the seam will go over here along this side, then around this triangle and going down. Okay, so let's start from one of the edges. This is very easy. So you just go and poke through all layers and pull through. Be careful, leave an end like that. And then make a stitch. The length should be about 1 centimeter long, something like that. So, and you go on the other side. And you keep sewing like this to this point. Okay, if you don't like some of the stitches, I think this one is too tiny, so you take away the yarn and you easily can undo the stitch like that. Just pull it and remake that stitch. Now we'll be working along this side. But I recommend you to look from the right side, because that's what you will see most of all. Can just move to another side under the heart like that, and same thing on the other side. And repeat the same seam on this side too. Okay, if you like the result, so then we need to hide this yarn end, bring it to the wrong side, to the inside of the envelope, like this. Here you need to find any loop that is very close to the yarn end. Insert your needle under that loop and make sure that you don't see the needle from the other side. Pull through, but not to the end. Leave a loop and then insert your needle into that loop and tighten that. And now you can weave in this through just red stitches, something like that, and cut the excess yarn. Then do the same thing with the other yarn end. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave us a comment. Like and share this video if it was useful for you. Subscribe to Animal Crochet Academy YouTube channel and stay positive.